Good afternoon, everyone. Incoming UWI Pelicans of the UWI St. Augustine campus. Welcome to the sixth and final session of Smart Start, our weekly virtual workshop series designed to meet your informational needs as part of our campus's first year experience program, proudly brought to you by the Division of Student Services and Development, the DSSD. I am Gerald Alder, Manager of Student Engagement, and today, as always, I am joined by members of my team at the Student Engagement Department, along with two very specially invited guests who you will meet in just a short while. So for those of you who were here with us for our last Smart Start session, or perhaps the last 5 that we have had, we say welcome back and thank you for the continued engagement. Thank you for the valuable feedback that you provide. And to those of you who are new here and joining us today for the very first time, you are not too late. We say an extra special welcome to you. We are truly honored that you have chosen us at the UWI St. Augustine campus for your university experience. And through our campus's first year experience program, which we refer to as FYE, we are indeed committed to ensuring that you transition successfully to your first year of study with us and beyond. So at our last Smart Start session, what did we look at? We gave you an introduction to the key officers that make up the strong and dedicated support network here at the UWI St. Augustine, who will walk this university journey with you to ensure that you navigate with confidence and become successful. Of course, these offices include the Division of Student Services and Development, the Health Services Unit, and Campus Security Services. If you missed this session or would just like a recap of the information to help with your preparation, we encourage you to head on over to our FY YouTube channel, where a recording of this and all previous virtual Smart Start sessions can be found and viewed at your convenience. Now, students, incoming students, with exactly 4 weeks to the official start of the new semester, yes, we are counting down, our focus today is simply to get you ready. We'll start with an important conversation that will help put this process of transition to university into perspective for you and how you can contribute to creating a campus where everyone belongs. Today, we will also explore how to maximize your UWI experience, and you will hear from your elected student leaders on the Guild Council and some of the many opportunities and ways to get involved in campus life to support your learning and development beyond the classroom. We will then wrap up today's session with a quick recap of the key topics we discussed with you over the last few weeks, and we will leave you with information and important reminders as you prepare for your first year of study with us on campus. I'm hoping that you're excited. We are hoping that you're excited as we are counting down to the start of the new semester. Now, today, we want to ensure that you have writing material to take notes. We encourage you, as always, to be attentive in the session, ask questions at the appropriate time, and you can use the chat to do so, and also to breathe and trust that by participating in FYE, you are definitely on the right path of attaining success in your first year of study with us at the UWI St. Augustine campus. So now that I've shared and outlined what you can expect today, it is my pleasure to invite one of our leaders on campus who is a true advocate for diversity and inclusion in higher education. She currently serves as the Acting Director of the Division of Student Services and Development, and she's here with you this afternoon to have an important conversation about your responsibility as a university student in creating a campus where everyone belongs. Please help me welcome with a virtual round of applause, Dr. Jacqueline Huggins. Dr. Huggins, over to you.
Thank you. I am really happy to be here. Always happy to be with the young ones, hearing and seeing what's happening. So firstly, I want to welcome you. You have made a great choice in terms of choosing UWI. And I am hearing that this is session 6. So I believe that you may be ready and raring to go. But before you do that, we need to just talk about something that is very important, that is going to make your time at UWI very enjoyable. And we're talking about diversity and inclusion. Now, the department that I manage, which is the Student Life and Development Department, we provide support for every student on the campus. And the philosophy of UWI is that we leave no student behind. And my department, we continue to seek to create a campus without barriers. So how do we create this campus without barriers? And we want no barriers because we want you to be free. We want you to be really able to enjoy a positive UWI experience. So I know you would have heard about different departments that we have. And when we're talking about the philosophy of UWI, how does UWI really show up in terms of embracing diversity, in terms of being inclusive for anyone and everyone on this campus? So just to give an idea of when we talk about diversity, what do we talk about? So you could start thinking, what in your mind is diversity? Difference. Difference could be good. Difference could be bad. But at UWI, we embrace and we welcome all. However, we must set a particular kind of environment to ensure we all feel comfortable. And by the end of today, as we look at 1 month, I want you to be able to be going into UWI, starting your classes, feeling welcome, feeling ready. Think about, some of you may have come from secondary school. What was that experience like? Do you want to have that same experience here at UWI? Or are you looking for something that is different? So I want you to take 2 minutes and think about these questions. What do you think about yourself that you believe makes you different to the person next to you? And like I said, difference could be good and it could be bad. It's based on your perspective. So let's take 2 minutes. Let's think about it. What makes you different? And as we think about that, do you have any anxiety about how you're going to fit into UWI with this difference that you bring to UWI? You start having any anxiety about that, or you're good to go? Right? And next, how do we look at others that we perceive to be different to who we are? How do we look at others? Do we discriminate? You know, we all have our likes and dislikes. Some people like tall, some people like short, some people like red, some people like black, some people like soft hair, some people like locks. We are all different in a particular way. But I want you today to start looking at yourself and what you bring to your UWI's experience in terms of your difference. And when you start to look at you, you start to wonder, will UWI be able to really, assist me, welcome me, deal with what I bring to UWI? So when we look at the Division of Student Services and Development, we talk about a division that provides support for all our students. And in doing that, this distribution of support, we tend to look at all the differences and all the diversity of persons that come to UWI. And we have diversity in terms of race, color, location, geographical location, ethnicity, religion, disability, and the list goes on and on. And I think by now you would be looking at how you could be different to persons on this campus. So for instance, we look at poverty. We will have students who cannot afford, who making a great sacrifice to be on this campus. And as you would have heard from the financial advisory services, we provide financial services so we could assist that person. Some people may have issues in terms of mental challenges. We have our counseling unit so that we walk with you and we take you through. There's nothing to be ashamed about. We have the services. At my department, We provide services for students with disabilities. So if you have a disability, I'm asking you, don't hide it. You come to the Student Life and Development Department. Yes, I'm different, but I'm able, I'm capable. What do you all have to provide for me? The halls. We will have people from the region, international, Trinidad, San Fernando, Port of Spain. And you know, they say, South people nicer than Port of Spain people, like me. So how do the South and the Port of Spain people mesh on that campus? We have to look at where do we come from? Where do we come from? If I know I'm from South and we don't really like Port of Spain people, but as my roommate, how do I deal with that? Because what I have learned all these years, I may be seeing something different. Just with these FYE programs, you would have realized that they have met the needs of many people, different people. There might have been a session that you may not particularly like, but then there were sessions that really met the needs that you have. So again, I want you to just keep thinking about difference. Difference, you're going to meet all types of people. And sometimes based on what we learned at home, we may have to change that in order to really have a positive experience on this campus. So as you continue to think about your difference, how you're going to manage it, how you're going to manage meeting new people, because there are positives in differences. That's why we could get along. There are positives. So we have to start looking. Orientation, Guild Fest would be fun. And then classes start. Will my lecturer like me? You know, we start to think about that. That lecturer is talking too much. I don't like. We have to look at people are different. And we have to find ways of managing and coping with these differences. Because there's greatness in diversity. There is greatness in diversity. I was a student on this campus for 3 different degrees. So it meant that it seemed like I had fun. I really had fun. That's why I came back 3 times. It could be a great experience. But for it to be great, 2 things you have to do. You have to embrace who you are. Don't hide who you are. You is the place where you express who you are. It's where you grow, where you blossom. So you have to embrace your differences, your positives, your negatives. We have many services that you can go to meet your needs. And then we have to embrace our differences. We have to embrace our differences. We have to manage any biases that we come on this campus with. We have to find a way to manage it. You see a student on a wheelchair, we don't laugh at that. That somebody could be a best friend. That somebody who could be really good in maths, and you could benefit from that. Every day wouldn't be a great day. We wouldn't love everybody. But we have to start learning. We have a month to put aside some biases and come on campus and make this a really, really great time. You have to manage the new information because you may find people where I never knew it had such and such in Grenada. I never knew. That is how the people in the US behave. A lot of new information will be coming to you and might get you confused in terms of this is not what I learned, this is not what I know. We have our counselors you could go and talk to. And I know your guild, you will hear about the guild soon, where there are all types of clubs, where based on your interests, you could find people who are like-minded. And then you could always say, let me operate out of the box and do something that I never did before. The possibilities are a lot on this campus. I know you're going to enjoy yourself. I know that. So I will close, but before I close, how do you practice to be inclusive? How do you practice not to be biased? I'm going back to you embrace who you are. You love who you are. And then you embrace the next person. Ask a question, inquire, smile, talk. We don't want any cliques that engage in negative behavior. We want cliques that engage in positive behavior. You know, I in this faculty and you in that faculty. My faculty better than yours. And that's okay, you know. But we have to get along. And whatever you learn here in terms of diversity and inclusion, I encourage you to take it out into the wider society. Because you are the persons who are going to go out there and influence whatever is happening in the future. So you learn it here, you embrace it here, you understand disability, you understand inclusion, you understand people are different. And therefore, when you get into your workplace, you have that understanding. And that's how we're going to build and build a better society. So students, welcome. Do enjoy your future studies. Unfortunately, I will not be around to see you all and to enjoy you all. But I know you are in safe hands. You are in safe hands with Mr. Alder and his team. You are in safe hands with the team of the Division of Student Services and Development. Your faculties are also preparing for you. Utilize everything that you see on this campus. And please, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Huggins, and such a bittersweet moment, and for the reasons that we know, but I want to say thank you so very much. You're seeing the love coming through. Dr. Huggins always keeps it real, always keeps it real. And I think just on the reactions alone coming through in the chat, Dr. Huggins, you can see that our incoming students are very appreciative of the information that you shared, and not just the information, but perspective. Perspective. Persons are going to be starting this university journey as you've outlined, and they will be required to, they will be challenged in many ways than one, not just academically. I mean, I know oftentimes we think that that's the hard part, but as you have, certainly outlined, we're talking about the people part of it. Seeing persons who look different, to you, persons from different backgrounds. And Dr. Huggins has really, put that into perspective, which is something as university students you may not have at the top of your mind, but it forms such a big part of the experience that you have here. So we're so grateful to have had Dr. Huggins share her expertise there. And students, I'm really hoping that you'll really take a moment to reflect on what was shared. This is not something that you can get in a textbook, I promise you. This is just something you have to walk. You have to walk the walk, and you have to really experience it firsthand. But being here today, and hearing from Dr. Huggins, I'm hoping that it's now a part of your consciousness that of the many things that you'll have to navigate, you will be required to grapple with I don't want to say issues, but matters of diversity and inclusion. It's a part of the university experience. So I want to ask Dr. Huggins to join me back on screen just for a quick moment. And Dr. Huggins, I just want to, just quickly ask you to, just share with students, something that you want to leave them with. When you reflect on your time, having served and contributed to the UWI St. Augustine so tremendously, so outstandingly, drawing on your experience, seeing students struggle, having met with them, at different times and for different reasons. One thing that you want to leave our incoming students with where overcoming challenges is concerned. I just want to toss over to you there just to share that. before we move into our next segment?
One of the issues I have found with students is that they are afraid to seek help. Seeking help is not a weakness. You know, sometimes when they come to my department is when it is a crisis. Once we have resources, and therefore seeking help is what you do. You're not in competition with the world. Some people finish in 3 years. Some people finish in 4 years. Some people finish in 5 years. I completed my postgraduate PhD in 7 years. And I had colleagues who finished in 4 years, 5 years. So you have to keep focus. Why are you here? There's a goal. There's a reason why. Sometimes parents send you. However, you came here for a reason. Enjoy your life, but don't lose focus. I say to students, find out what is distracting you, minimize it. Because we have to live. Minimize it. But don't lose sight of the goal. When you have a difficulty, find that area that could give you that solution, can give you an A, and then you move on. You have to take a semester off, you take that off. And you come back ready to go. Don't quit. Don't quit. We have people on this campus who could speak with you, guide you, hold your hand, and take you through. Do not quit. You came here for a reason.
Wonderful. And I know that is resonating very powerfully with some, if not many, of those that are on the call this afternoon. And again, the love is coming through, Dr. Huggins. You're seeing our students, reacting to what you're sharing. And I think that is really an indication that is resonating with them. They are following through. We're keeping it real this afternoon, as we always do. So students, you've heard from Dr. Hawkins, and one of the key things I want to extract from what she just shared with you is that of help-seeking behaviors. Let us normalize help-seeking, as she has put it. Help or seeking help is not a weakness. Being a part of this FYE program, we shared with you the robust support network that we have, from the resources to the services to the initiatives to the people to the offices that are all working in tandem and harmoniously to support your success. But you have a responsibility to reach out. All right, so we want to leave that with you this afternoon. You have a responsibility to reach out, and do not see it as a sign of weakness, as you've heard from Dr. Huggins. All right. So again, we want to say thank you to Dr. Huggins for sharing her expertise, sharing some insights, and taking the time to connect with our students. So Dr. Huggins, thank you so very much once again. And I want to invite at this time Megan Sutleo, who will take us through our next segment. Megan, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Alden. Thank you, Dr. Huggins, for those valuable insights. I certainly feel motivated, so I know for sure our UWI Pelicans to feel just the same. One key message that we hope that you are taking away today is that every student deserves to feel that they belong here at the UWI STE. They are valued and they thrive here. And building on that kind of environment is something that we all have a role to play in. So, we would like to hear from you. Let's take a quick moment to reflect together. We drill with our Mentimeters. For those that are not certain, you scan the code and you insert your word. Tell us in one word, what does an inclusive UWI community look like to you? Supportive. We definitely are supportive. The entire DSSD and the UWI community is here to support you every step of the way. Welcoming. We have the entire FYE program here that is aiding in that welcome and that smooth transition into your university life. Diversity. Yes, Dr. Huggins spoke so extensively on diversity and what you could expect coming in here. Enjoyful. Yes, accepting, understanding, inclusive, loving. Excellent. I'm loving these words that you all are providing here. Creative, equality, fellowship, calming. Like a big family, we definitely have that sort of vibe and that energy here at the UWST, and you'll definitely come to know it, see it, and feel it. Excellent. So I just want to thank you all for sharing your thoughts on what you all believe an inclusive youth community would look like. You all have definitely painted a picture of the kind of UE community that we all want to be a part of. Yes, so I hand over back to Mr. Alder.
Thank you, Mr. Dio, and of course the students for participating. I'm really encouraged seeing the words that persons placed there in that activity. So thank you. Thank you very, very much. It's my absolute pleasure at this time, students, to welcome another very special guest this afternoon. She is representing our very important body that you will soon come to know as the Guild Council. They represent you in so many different ways, and here to introduce you formally to the Guild Council is Guild Secretary Joanna Julian, who I now invite to the virtual stage. Johanna, I'm handing over to you.
Hi guys, good afternoon. Okay, so I am here to give you all a bit of information on the Guild of Students, what we do, and just some insight. So, about the Guild. The Guild of Students exists to represent, empower, and unite the student body. We serve as the official voice of the students by advocating for their academic interests, welfare, and overall university experience. Whether it's by addressing concerns within university administration, improving student services, or creating opportunities for involvement, we work to ensure that every student's voice is heard. Beyond advocacy, we focus on building an inclusive campus community where students can grow, develop, and learn leadership skills to participate in meaningful activities and feel connected throughout their university experience. Our goal is to create a supportive environment that encourages leaders and enrich the academic, social, and cultural experience of every student. So, a bit about the Guild. So, the Guild has a long-standing history dating back to 1962, when it was formally endorsed following the university's independence from the University of London. Since then, its core purpose had remained consistent: representing, supporting, and helping students, all while acting as the bridge between students and the university's administration. The Guild currently operates on an annual electoral cycle, with students elected towards the end of each academic year. Also, please note, every registered student is automatically a member of the Guild. Today, the Guild represents a diverse student population of approximately 13,600 students. This diversity strengthens our campus community and reinforces the importance of ensuring every student's voice is represented. Our vision for the Guild is pretty simple. We would like to be a Guild that works for you. We want students to feel that the Guild is approachable and transparent. Rather than making decisions without students' input, we believe in listening, collaborating, and ensuring that every initiative reflects the needs and concerns of the student body. A Guild that works for you, for nearly 13,600 students who call this campus a home, who wake up every morning and carry the weight of exams, jobs, families, dreams, all while trying to build a future worth living. So, a little bit about what the Guild actually do. Today, our modern function fall into a few main areas, such as supporting students' advocacy and student life. We ensure that students have a voice in decisions that affect their academic campus experience. Under student life and integration, we are responsible for organizing events and initiatives that enrich campus life. Some notable events that we have are Matter Season, Guild Fest, and Caribbean Integration Week. Under student development and welfare, we actively support students' well-being by providing resources and guidance, as well as opportunities for personal growth. We currently have 3 tiers, which are the executive committee, comprising of the guild president, the vice president, the secretary, which is me, the treasurer, and the postgraduate president. Then we have the academic representation, which spans across all 8 faculties. These are like law, sports, engineering, social sciences, medical science, food and agriculture, science and technologies, and humanities and education. This is to ensure every discipline has a direct voice within the council. Then we have the committee and hall chairpersons. These include the games, the publications, national affairs, committees, and well, all of the halls have a representative as well. Rounding out the team are the appointed guild councillors, which include the guild PRO, the gender affair officers, the ICT officer, the librarian, those who have specialized portfolios to ensure that the guild's communication, inclusivity, technology, and resourceful needs are met with the same level of dedication as its core governance functions. So these are some of the contacts that we have where you can reach out to the different bodies within the guild. These are all Instagram pages. And well, this is a look of I don't think everybody here, but is the majority of us. You could see pictures of us. We have Safion, he is the postgrad rep. We have Ryan, the vice president. We have Joshua. He wasn't able to make it today because he's handling some very important business elsewhere. And then we have me, the guild secretary, and Anaket Williams. Then we have some of the committee chairpersons. We have Aliyah Seals, Christopher, Liam, Annalisia, Shakoy. You will see them around campus all the time coming September. Then we have some of the academic reps. We have Hezekiah. He is the Faculty of Engineering rep. We have Rishma. We have Samisha, Janae, and Brian. We have the guild librarian, Miss Yearwood. We have Mikhail, he's the PRO. We have Nirvana, she's the FST rep. And Taraya, she's the Canada Hall chairwoman. And here is some more councillor contact information where you can reach out to us. You should take a picture of this. And that is all. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Joanna. And students, let's show some love to Joanna and the Guild. Let's give it up for the Guild. I see Janae is on with us as well, the representative of the Faculty of Humanities and Education. And speaking of that, I think that would be a good time to sort of do a bit of a pulse check. Let's get a sense of what faculties persons are from, what you're looking forward to from the Guild. Joanna, before you go, I want to re-invite you back on screen just to join me here for a moment. Yes, all right. So Joanna just shared some information with us on the Guild. Joanna, I want to ask you, what can persons look forward to this year, right? Or first semester, let's take it semester by semester. What can new students look forward to from the Guild, particularly in this new semester that's coming up?
Okay. Some of the main things that we are currently working on would be like Guild Fest, which will be taking place within the first week of school. Our Vice President, Ryan, he's currently working really, really hard to ensure that that pulls off successfully. And as a council, we are working towards being very transparent so that students always know what's taking place within the Guild. We're also working on some welfare initiatives and just things to overall benefit every student.
Wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. And how can students get in contact with the Guild? You did mention that once persons have registered, they are automatically part of the Guild of Students. So tell us how they can get in contact with the Guild Council.
Well, you can get in contact with the Guild Council through our emails. You can also get in contact with us through the Guild Instagram page. And I also want to take this time to let you all know about an initiative that we have tonight. We would have our first session of Chat to Your Counselor, where you can join us online and ask us any questions or just raise any thoughts that you have and hear directly from us.
Wonderful. So students, you've heard it. The Guild are ready to receive you. And we are encouraging you to connect with your guild. So, Johanna, either yourself or Janae, if it is that you can just place the Instagram handle in the chat for the guild page, guys, now is a good time to head over to the guild and subscribe and follow. Trust me, you want to stay connected to the guild for this upcoming academic year. As you've heard representation, you've heard advocacy, you've heard initiatives that they have planned for you, developmental, supportive, and otherwise. So you definitely want to ensure that you connect with the guild. Let me tell you, this is the group that you go to as a student. You have a concern, these are your elected leaders, your elected representatives, all right? So these are the persons that will represent you in the rooms that you may not be in, all right? They represent you in an official capacity. So I saw that Johanna just placed the handle for IG there. So head on over, connect to the Guild and be sure to follow along in this semester. Johanna highlighted as well Guild Fest, which is one of the signature events hosted by the Guild Council. So once you get to campus physically, that first week of teaching, which would be that first week of September, you will see and hear everything about Guild Fest. So we're encouraging you to head over there where you actually get to meet the Guild Councilors in person. You get to see their faces, you get to talk with them, chat with them. Now is a really, really good time to connect with the Guild. So Joanna, I want to give you the final word before we let you go this afternoon. I know you have other things to head on to where Guild is concerned. So any final words you want to share with our incoming group at this stage, knowing that you will see them once they get to campus, but any final thoughts you want to share with them this afternoon?
My final thought would be that we are here to support you through every step of this process and don't feel shy to reach out to us. We are just one email away.
One email away and even a DM on Instagram as well.
Yes.
Yes? Okay,
And
wonderful.
we would even have some of us in office throughout the week as well. So we're always available, really.
Yes, and I'm happy that you mentioned that. So I want to highlight as well that the counselors actually do have physical office spaces. So not only can you reach out via email and WhatsApp, as the case might be, but you can actually visit, and we encourage actually that you visit the Guild. There's an entire office space dedicated to your elected leaders. So you can, visit the Guild offices located at the Student Activity Center. You can connect with the counselors there on a needs basis. And of course, I know that they will be happy to meet with you and support you in any area that you will require. So Johanna, again, thank you so very much. We look forward to seeing you and the rest of your team at Guildfest. And I think this is a good segue now into our next segment where we're talking about life beyond the classroom. And I want to invite two members of the Students Engagement Department, Ms. Lana Diaram and Mr. Joseph Patti, who you've seen before. Let's have a quick conversation now about life beyond the classroom, maximizing your UWI experience. So team, I'm handing over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alder. And once again, thank you to both presenters who would have presented Dr. Huggins with her great advice, and of course, Joanna from the Guild with her welcome message. And we want to talk a little bit about involvement, your first year experience, and why it's important. So I'm going to ask Lana to share on what her first year experience in university was like. Lana?
Well, my first year, thank you very much, Joseph. My first year at university was very different. I was very introverted. I literally came to UWI, went to class, and went home. I did not stick around in that Thursday 1 to 4 period. I did not join clubs. And this is real, like I'm not making this up. I literally just went to class and went home. I did not make friends. I think I ran from a lot of friendships, even with group assignments and stuff. I I didn't really participate in Guild Fest. We also had Guild Fest. There was a time there was a sports day with a dunk tank, and I remember I saw it and I just went straight past. I put my head down and I went straight past. But that affected me badly because my first year I didn't feel like I accomplished anything really. Yes, I would have gotten the grades, but after that, there was no experience. I heard my cousins who would have attended say, "Oh, there's an experience," and I didn't have that experience. So my second year, I did well. Firstly, I didn't know how to engage or get involved, so I did reach out to student services, and that was when I really started to pick up the involvement. And it was little things, but I always advise students, your first year, do not make the same mistakes I did. So, Joseph, how was your first year? Did you make the same mistakes?
Well, my first year was definitely a little bit different than yours was, Lana. I remember I actually started university during the pandemic when we were online. So I didn't really get the in-person first year experience. But and as you all heard Dr. Huggins say earlier, sometimes your degree is 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And fortunately, I would say for me, my degree was 4 years. So I got a whole new first year experience in year two when I was back out on campus. And I would like to say an engaging person. So naturally I gravitated towards those landed events, those events that were public to me, that seemed like a natural thing for me to do. So I got really involved with the first year experience, and I think that worked well for me because I would say I had a university life, a campus life that was very unlike most people would traditionally pursue. So I got involved with the DSSC. I went through the first year experience. I joined the DSSC Student Champions, ended up becoming team lead. I joined the guild and I worked with the guild for the 3 years in person. I was the middle part-time rep, I was the PRO, and then I became the president. And I think that really allowed me to immerse myself in the university much more than the traditional sense, and I'm really thankful for it. And I encourage all students to, in some way, whatever your comfort level is, to challenge yourself, one, but to also understand that there are a variety of options available to you to participate actively in your campus life. Whether that be in a forward-facing event, whether that be in a study group, whether that just be sitting on the greens
Yes.
and enjoying the
Yes.
peace, if that's what you're comfortable doing. There are a variety of things that are available to you. And they might ask themselves, why is this even important? So I'm coming to university to get my degree, get my knowledge, and that's it. But that's not the case. One of the things that you will remember most about your university experience is the actual experience that you had there. When you leave, and I always say this, I repeat this over and over, do not leave with a piece of paper saying that you had a degree. Leave with an
That's true.
experience, leave with a friendship, leave with a memory, leave with an internship. These are all things that are so, so important. So I want to speak a little bit about the benefits of campus life engagement itself and
Oh,
why.
I will leave you to that.
The proven reasons why. One, it's a great place to develop a sense of belonging. Getting involved in your campus life, and it's something that I genuinely want you all to take seriously. In whatever sphere that is, creates a sense of belonging. You don't feel like, oh gosh, I'm coming to school. Oh gosh, I have to go to this class. I have one class here and I have to come to school. No, you really want to actively immerse yourself in the experience. Join a club. We were speaking about clubs. We have over 80 registered clubs on campus. Think about that. 80 registered clubs that you could join. A huge pool of clubs that you could join. And when you do, and you meet friends from your club and you share your interests, you create a sense of belonging. You don't feel like you're coming to school. You feel like you're coming to your safe space, your place that you could just enjoy yourself, your place where you could grow, where you could develop. So genuinely get involved and create that sense of belonging and develop a campus pride. I want to hear everybody referring to themselves as a UWI Pelican. Every time I say how you're going, the only thing you don't have to do is squawk at me. That's how much campus pride I want you to have when you come on university. Also, it is great for your mental health and well-being. You don't want to end up in a situation where you're repeating the cycle of coming to a class, you're going home, and you feel like something is missing. It's very important for you to be aware of your mental health and know what works for you in terms of taking care of your mental health. And being involved in campus life is a great way to naturally do that. Additionally, You want to create opportunities for yourself. Being significantly involved in campus, like going to a seminar that you didn't plan to go to or that's outside of your scope just because you want to learn something new, getting involved with a language, all of those things create opportunities for yourself. Joining a club, joining a subcommittee, joining an island association, joining the guild. You build relationships, you network. It's very important. Networking is very important because let me tell you, right after my bachelor's degree, I was offered a job, and that's an important thing to prepare yourself for life after university, and you want to have that network so that you're able to do that. I was able through that network to now work here at the student engagement department, which is, I would say, a fantastic place to work, and now I get to help other students develop and share that campus life that I had and that I took so much pride in. So I want those opportunities for you, and you should want those opportunities for yourself. Very important. And finally, being involved in your campus life inherently improves your chances at academic success. You learn skills like time management. You learn skills like how to get along with persons, how to properly interpersonalize yourself into a space. You learn skills like understanding what works for you and what doesn't work for you, understanding your strengths and areas that you have to improve. All of that comes with being involved with campus life. And also, you are more fulfilled. When you cross that stage for graduation, you can look back and say, I didn't get a degree, I got an experience. And that's very important. And there's a lot of different things available to you here on campus. And I'm going to allow you to change your attention to this wonderful video that will be played before I pass back over to Ms. Jairam, who will talk you through about opportunities to get involved. But first, I want you all to take a look at just some of the things that you can do on campus that's maybe not even part of your first day experience. So over to that video.
Bring it to the stage right now. Make up, make up, make up.
2 o'clock in the morning, my phone you're calling. When things get boring, it's back and all you want. I thought I was the one, I thought that this was love. But when I hear the scene, you know she's a right to be.
I want to see everybody going down. We're going down, stop, everybody down. Thank you so much, I love you, thank you.
Touch up on this.
DJ Marsh.
We want to empower your voice and engage in creative problem solving. So today is identifying challenges, identifying opportunities, identifying solutions, and presenting ideas for current students and future Pelicans. Deputy Principal of the UWI St. Augustine Campus, Professor Derek James.
Thank you very much, and all of you, a very warm welcome to this summit.
Hi, good day, everyone. That was an amazing video. It just featured all the key areas you could get involved on campus. And today I'm going to talk to you about some of the involvement opportunities for students here on campus. Now, when you at the first year, when you enter, one of the first things you will hear when you reach to your class or your course is that they will need a class representative. Now, the reason we're highlighting this is your first opportunity to be the voice of your classmates, to develop leadership skills, and to work closely with your lecturers and your faculties. So this is also the opportunity for you to really speak to your classmates and get to know persons, yes? And so you hear their concerns, and there's a meeting at least once a month where you get to share the concerns of your classmates, right? This is a perfect opportunity for you, yes? Secondly, there is the first week of school, we've been saying it, there is Guild Fest. Guild Fest allows all the clubs on campus to come into one space to show what they have to offer. I advise that you go to Guild Fest, you look at each club, be open-minded, even interest you had when you were 6 years old, and you see a club that can help you with this interest, I want you to join that club. Even if you just attend one meeting, I am sure you will find something that interests you. Yes, join at least one club on campus. Yes, we heard from the guild. You can join the Guild of Students, get involved in student government, advocate for your peers, and plan major campus events. Now, there's different student groups on campus, and these student groups on campus work with departments to help foster engagement on campus. Yes, there is the DSSD student champions, there's the marketing and communication champions, there is the career advisors, and these are just some of the groups that are here on campus to support admin staff and bridge that connection between students and staff. Yes, one group in that is the volunteers. So there is this alternative break that is hosted by the community engagement, where you get to go for 1 week with the university to another country, and you volunteer, you give your service. This is a great opportunity for you to grow and really give back. Yes. Apart from that, have you ever wanted to learn a language? Here at the UWI, we have the Center of Language Learning. Learn a new language don't just leave with a certificate, leave with more. Yes. So you want to watch your K-dramas without having to read your subtitles. Yes, Korean is offered. Yes, we have Japanese. Yes, there's so many different languages. So go to the CLL website and check out those languages and see which one you want to leave here knowing, having conversations in that language. Yes. Another thing is rediscover an old hobby. Maybe you liked drawing. Maybe you liked spoken word. Maybe before camp and exam pressure, you just really wanted to be involved in Taekwondo. There is all those clubs on campus. And if there's a club that you don't think you're seeing, reach out to your guild, reach out to the DSSD and find out if you can create a club. Yes. Also, we have many sports. Last week, we heard from the Academy of Sport that there's many sports being offered, and we can look coming soon is pickleball. So you can look forward to that. Be one of the representatives for UWI Games. In the next 2 years, we have UWI Games. There's many different sports you can join. Yeah, even if you want to just learn to swim, it's okay. It's okay to not know how to swim. But before you leave university, you should say, well, I learned to swim at UWI Pool. You want to stay fit. That's okay. We have a gym with all modern technology. Yes, and there's free trainers. Well, trainers at the gym to take care of your every need. So if you want to tone up the body, you just want to slim down or just work on stamina, they're there for that. Yes. Make sure so very important here. You need to read and check your student emails. Here why this is important, because every day you are going to get an email from marketing and communication or even the DSSD, where we'll have a list of events that you can participate in, a list of activities that you can do daily. Do not just stay in your class. do not just go home. There's always something happening at SAC. There's always something happening in the quad or LRC. You just have to read and check your emails and also follow all the social media available. Yes? So we don't want anybody from this first year to say, oh, I did not get involved in campus. We're always looking for different opportunities to host events, to give you a full campus life. Yes? So a question, we talk about clubs, right? Is there anyone here who might want to, Mr. Patty, if you don't mind joining me back here? I think we had a little activity for them.
Yes, we did. So we want to ask our students in chat to brainstorm a club that they may want to start or want to get involved in. So it could already be existing. We just want to know what activity or what initiative or what interest you have. And we would love for you guys to place it in the chat so that we could let you know that that club is chess. Yes, we have a chess club.
Yes, there is a
tennis
chess.
club.
There's music club.
Yes.
Yes. Weight loss. There's the gym. There's so many games and activities.
I see Hermione said that she would like to start a Harry Potter club. How appropriate. So yes.
Or book club. I see a cooking club. I don't think we have a cooking club, but you as a student can work with the guild to form a cooking club.
I see gaming club, yes.
Yes, there is a gaming club. There's a dance club. I don't know if there's a Latin dance club, but I know there's a dance club. We do offer sign language as well. That is one of the languages that is offered. Pan. Yes, we do. Of course, there's Pan here at UWI.
Yes, we still have some. There's Pan,
Football.
definitely.
Yes, we do have a football team, and we did come first at the UWI Games, UWI St. Augustine. Yes.
Anything for singing? Yes, you could feel free to join the UWI Arts Chorale at the FHE, Faculty of Humanities and Education, under the distinguished leadership of Mr. Jessel Murray. You could definitely join the UWI Arts Chorale.
I'm seeing badminton, yes. Taekwondo, yes. We do have those clubs. Again, all you have to do, Joseph, is really check your email, really read your email. It's right there in the listing.
Definitely. And so I'm so glad to see that you all have so many interests and you're so willing to get involved. And remember, as Mr. Aram was saying, there are many different ways to get involved. It doesn't always have to be the forward-facing way. It doesn't always have to be the physical way. There are many different ways that you could immerse yourself in your campus life experience. So that's definitely something that we both suggest for you all. And we are very excited to see you on campus, living your best life and immersing yourself in your campus experience. So at this point, I am going to hand over to Ms. Sukdeo, who is going to take you through some guided reflections on what our previous master sessions have recapped. So make sure and pay attention to Ms. Sukdeo. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Patty. All right, so this is the time when Mr. Older said you will definitely need that notepad and you'll definitely need that pen, right? So in the event that you all weren't here to join us for sessions 1 to 5, or just simply this is a refresher for you, and just to recap all the key information that was shared in the last 5 sessions, Mr. Patty and myself will be going through key information, right? So just give me a moment. I will screen share. Welcome to our Smart Start Action Recap. Yes. All right. So first session, we did academic readiness and career planning, right? University is very different from secondary school. No one will remind you about every deadline. So your success definitely begins with you. And Dr. Wanda Chesney, she definitely highlighted that in her section of Smart Start Session 1. So I would like for you all to remember to attend academic advising before registration begins. Register for your courses, attend your lectures and tutorials consistently. You don't want to be missing out 5 and 6 lectures at a time, right? Read before and prepare for your classes ahead of time. Complete assignments on time. Give yourself, finish it 4 or 5 days before. Don't wait until 11:59 and you're now scrambling. We don't want any of that, right? With this cohort, not going to do that. And ask questions when you need clarification. I remember earlier Dr. Huggins touched on, don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask for help, ask for clarification. That is what we are here to do, to support you along the way, as well as build good academic habits. Strong academic habits include producing your own work. We're not going to rely on AI, okay? Using the correct referencing style that is required by your faculty, by your department. Upholding academic integrity. Use AI responsibly and ethically. Yes? Think critically and continuously improving. And another part of session 1, we touched on your career journey. And it's never too early to start your career journey. Don't wait until final year. Take advantage of the career advising, career assessments, CV and resume reviews, the mock interviews, internship opportunities, volunteer opportunities, co-curricular courses, and campus employment opportunities, all offered by our C3 department within the DSSD. That is the C3 department within the DSSD. C3 fondly we call it, but it is career, community, and co-curricular. Yes, these experiences will build your employability long before graduation, right? And this is their location. They are at the Lloyd Brathwaite Student Administration Building, and this is their email. If you have any questions concerning all that we touched on in terms of careers and whatnot, this is the email, right? All right, and now that we've looked at how to prepare academically for student success, the next step is making sure that you know how to get registered, just to walk you along those tips again and just ready to begin your studies. So I'll now hand back over to Joseph as he recaps session 2, getting registered, a step-by-step guide.
Thank you very much, Mr. Theo. So I know everybody was very, very anxious about registration, which I understand. So we're going to recap session 2, which was a step-by-step guide to registration. Right, so in order to organize your registration, the first thing you want to do, and I know this will be covered as well when we recap session 4, is make sure that you have signed up for a TT Connect account. That's for nationals of Trinidad and Tobago. The TT Connect account allows you to access your GATE application, which is necessary for the submission of your financial donation. So there's a bit of an overlap between registration and fees and being financially cleared. So you want to make sure, one, that you have registered for that TT Connect account. Everybody should be registered for it by now. And that you have started a GATE application on the GATE website, which can be found from TT. Second of all, I know everybody was concerned about their UWI emails. At this point, you will not have access to your UWI email. Do not panic about that. Do not feel nervous about that. The UWI email will be granted, you will get granted access to your UWI email closer to the time of registration, which is on the 17th of August. That's when registration opens, and it runs until the 4th of September before late registration starts. So you want to make sure that you register within that period. Allow me to share from the FYE website, which I hope everybody is familiar with by now, the registration tab. So there is a tab for specifically dedicated to registration on the FYE website. I'm going to share my screen. Please take a moment to visit the FYE website and familiarize yourself with this tab. And then you'll see that registration is simple, as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to make sure that you are aware of the information here so that you can register easily. So get your registration information. Step 1. Read your student handbook. It's available here and it's available online. You also want to read your faculty booklet. It lets you know the courses that you have. It lets you know the staff and support that's available to you in your faculty as well. Register for GATE, as I was saying, ensure that you have your TT Connect account and that you have already started a GATE application. Now is a good time to do that. Step 3 is go to academic advising. I know everyone was concerned with the date of the academic advising and the modality of the academic advising. That information will be communicated to you closer towards the time of registration. Also, in a few days, you can check the FYE calendar underneath your faculty orientation, and you will see information regarding your academic advising. So that information will be made available to you closer to the time of registration. After you have gone to academic advising and your advising hold is removed, because every newly registered student will start within their student portal with an advising hold. That is to ensure that you have gone to academic advising so that you don't make a wrong choice when it comes to which courses to register to for semester 1. After you've done that and the hold is removed, you're going to select your courses online via your student portal. So that's the student portal that you would log into when you get access to it. That is where you register. Under the tab registration, you will see registration map and guide. You're going to head into that tab, and that is where you register. After you do that, you want to enroll in fee-pay to obtain financial clearance. Now, to clarify, do not seek to obtain financial clearance before you've registered for your course, because nothing is going to show up on your fee sheet. You want to make sure that you select the courses to register first, and then you enroll in your payment plan in fee-pay, which is also done through the student portal. Then you want to get your UWI ID card. It's simple and easy to apply. So that's step 6 here. You can see the registration steps there. You go online and you apply for your UWI ID card. And it's something that you can physically do online. And it's very important that you walk with your student ID on campus every day. That's how our campus security is able to identify you as a registered UWI student to know that you're supposed to be on campus. There is a chance that if you walk onto campus without your student ID, campus security will ask you to leave campus if you cannot provide evidence that you're a student to keep our student community safe and secure. Don't panic as a first-year student. Once you have your acceptance letter available to you quickly and easily for you to show campus security, should they stop you at the gate, the acceptance letter works just fine until you get your student ID. And finally, step 7 of registration is maintain financial clearance. I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to submit your registration documents on time. You do not want to find yourself with an AR hole midway through the semester and you cannot access your student portal and you cannot submit your assignments. To maintain financial clearance, you're going to submit your financial documents to eCourier. That's available on the registration website. That financial document would be your signed fee sheet and your signed gate application. And should you require any payment proof, which is receipts, screenshots, etc., that is also to be attached in one PDF document to eCourier. Right, so I know it may seem confusing, but it's actually very simple. It's 7 easy steps. And once you do it once, you'll realize how easy it is to do it again. Right, so don't be too confused and visit the FYE website if you are unsure of registration. And remember, you do not yet have access to your email. Do not panic. That it will be granted access to you closer to the time of registration. Right? So, Ms. Do you want to recap what was done in session 3? What did we discuss?
Of course, we will go right ahead to that, Joseph. Right, so session 3 of Smart Start was particularly about financial planning. Yes, so it was all about plan today. So when semester starts, you don't have any stress, right? So number 1, budget before you spend. Your university budget should include tuition and compulsory fees, books and supplies that you may need, transportation, food, phone, data, that kind of thing, your personal expenses, right? Track your spending and review your budget regularly. Second, know your financial responsibilities as a university student. Before classes begin, just remember that registration period. I believe Joseph would have touched on it, from the 17th of August to the 4th of September. During this period, you want to understand your tuition, your compulsory fees. As Joseph said, apply for gates if eligible, your TT Connect, your gate e-service ID. Make copies of your payment receipts when you make them, so you have that as your personal storage and backup. Be aware of important payment deadlines, right? These are required to complete your things in a smooth and efficient manner. Third, financial support is available to you. Yes, don't wait until you're experiencing financial difficulty. right? Support includes scholarships, it includes bursaries, hardship grants, adopt a student program. You have student loans, the financial advisory services department is there to support you along the way. And just to note, applications for scholarship and bursaries for incoming students, they open on the 17th of August. So just be aware of that. Apply on time, apply early, and pay close attention to the eligibility requirements and the deadlines for the specific things that you are applying for, right? Let me just throw up the contact information there for you. So you can take a quick picture. The Financial Advisory Services Department, they are located in the Lloyd Bradford building as well as the C3 on the first floor. You can always reach out to them via their extensions or their email. I believe it is finad@sta.ue.edu. Yes. And you can do that if you have any questions concerning anything that you want to apply for, clarification on anything, and that sort of thing. Then you have the student accounts, right, within the bursary. If you have any sort of tuition and fee queries, anything concerning payment receipts, any kind of student account assistance, you can always reach out to them. There is a service desk that you can access online. You fill out the form and you will be in the queue and they will assist you accordingly. Yes. And so managing your finances is one of the best ways to reduce stress throughout the semester. And once you've planned financially, it's equally important to understand the university's payment processes and funding requirements and whatnot. So now I will welcome Josie back to recap session 4, all about fees, payments, and all that you need.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cleo. And yes, recapping of session 4, fees, payments, and everything that you need to know. So very similar to registration, these two processes do go hand in hand. And as Mr. Cleo was saying, there are a variety of support mechanisms available to you for fees and funding. So if you are seeking scholarships, bursaries, grants, or any sort of financial assistance, it is available to you. So in order to maintain financial clearance, like I said, you want to ensure that you submit your financial documents to eCourier. One thing I did forget to mention was sponsorships, scholarships, and sponsored students. If you are sponsored by a government, if you are sponsored by a private entity, if you are sponsored by a donor, you have to also include your sponsorship letter within that eCourier document to let the university know that your fees are being paid externally or that the payments may exceed the deadline. The university must know. So you have to ensure that you attach your scholarship letter or your funding letter or your donor letter to your eCourier package. Additionally, as I mentioned, deadlines. Please pay attention to the deadlines outlined in your financial payment plan. So when you register for FeePay, it will let you know the key dates that you have to pay by. So there are specific set dates depending on the payment plan that you have registered for. There's a sponsored students payment plan and a non-sponsored students payment plan. Sponsored students payment plan also includes gate sponsorship. So remember, like I said, once you have submitted your gate sheet signed at the top, you are enrolled in that payment plan. Also, when it comes to gate, there is different types of coverage that you can receive based on your household's total income. So you can be 100% gate finance, 75% gate finance, 50% gate finance, and so on, depending on your household's income. It is important for you to know, one, when you receive your means test rating, that percentage that will be covered, that you are obligated to cover the rest of your fees, the percentage, inclusive of compulsory fees. So compulsory fees are automatic. Every semester you will have to pay a set amount of fees, and that's exclusive of your gate coverage. Right, so you want to make sure that you pay attention to those compulsory fees, including your fee pay enrollment fee, your student ID fees. There are certain fees that come with being a first-year student for the first time within university, caution fees and whatnot. You want to make sure that you pay specific attention to those fees in your fee sheet. Additionally, your student portal allows you to see the breakdown of your fees every semester, the breakdown of your fees per term, as well as you continue on within the university, it will allow you to see charges per semester and whatnot. So that's important things that you would need to know. And all of this can be done within your student portal. And for more information on fees, you could recap Smart Start Session 4, which is available on the FYE YouTube channel and the FYE website through the event calendar. And if you need assistance, you could always contact the service desk from the bursary. You could find the information as well on the UWI's official bursary website and the FYE website. Mr. Theo, passing over to you to recap session 5, our final recap.
Thank you so much, Josie. Right, so I know Josie would have spoken about GATE, and this is some important information, contact information, I believe that would be beneficial to you. So you could definitely take a note of that. Matters concerning means test, GATE application, and just general inquiries on a whole. There's an email that you could utilize to contact the GATE office, right? And this is the FAS department, financial advisories concerning scholarships and bursaries. You could see their location, their extensions, their email, as well as their webpage, right? And Joseph would have spoken about service desk at bursary. This is how it will look. When you look it up, this is how that form will look when it pops up, right? So just giving you an idea so you know you're in the right place, right? Great. So now we're on to session 5, all about student support, safety, and just campus life, right? So we heard about actually all of the services that the DSSD, the Division of Student Services and Development, offer. They are here to support you and to offer leadership development and all of that throughout your university journey, right? And services would include what you all are in right now, the first year experience program. That is one of our main offerings here at the DSSD. We offer a lot of student engagement events, initiatives, programs, counseling and psychological services from our CAPS department, career development, as you know, co-curricular and community engagement by our C3 team, scholarships and financial advisory by the FAS team, student leadership opportunities by our guild. You have student development programs coming out of our SLDD, Student Life and Development, where Dr. Huggins spearheads that department, as well as disability support services. We also have regional and international student support, accommodation support, as you all know. Some of us would be living on hall coming this September. So you'll all know all about our accommodation support. And that list there does not limit us. So please visit our DSSD website. You all are seeing it there. And you will see every single thing else that we offer that I did not mention. Each of these services are designed to help you succeed both inside and outside of the classroom. We also have a WhatsApp number just to reach us as quickly as possible. There's a WhatsApp number. You all could reach us Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, as well as our Instagram, DSSD_UWSTA. Within the same session, we also heard from our health services unit, right? Your health and well-being are just as important as your academic success to us. And HSU offers medical consultations, nursing services, mental health and wellness support. There's also a pharmacy on campus where you could get different medication. It's fully stocked with snacks as well for sale. There is also immunizations, sexual and reproductive health, HIV testing, student medical forms. You would have heard a lot about our student medical forms. And everything discussed with our HSU unit remains confidential. Just remember that. And within the slide, you will see all of the contact information for our HSU unit. And there's also a contact number to make your appointments. There's a WhatsApp for the pharmacy, just for that quick contact if you need a prescription filled and that sort of thing. Medical emergencies, there's also a contact there, and you can take note of the website where you could read a lot more on your own time concerning our HSU unit. Then we heard from campus security, and there are a lot of tips that they shared with us in session 5, which is especially carrying your student's ID. I know Mr. Patty would have spoken about that. have it at all times with you. And use our free campus shuttles for those that need it. Utilize it. Use the late night shuttle after your evening classes and whatnot. If you feel unsafe, always remember that there is a toll-free number, which is 800 SAFE. You all can take note of that. 800 SAFE is a toll-free emergency hotline available to students whenever they require the assistance of campus security. Yes. Also note to download the Cyrus Shuttle app. You could view shuttle routes, you could track the shuttles in real time, access the shuttle schedule, and plan your travel around campus more efficiently. The shuttle service is free for UWI students. Just putting that out there yet again. Right? And lastly, we heard from the Academy of Sport. The Academy of Sport. University life is all about balance, right? The Academy of Sport provides opportunities for students of every fitness level, whether you're looking to stay active recreationally or compete, especially for our upcoming UWI Games, right? First thing to note, gym membership, it's $100 per semester, right? And there are also activities that you could get involved in. There is aerobics, aqua aerobics, badminton, basketball, cricket, football, foosball. There's the gym that you could utilize. Hockey, karate, netball, rugby. There's spin classes for those of you all that love spin classes. There is stretching classes, swimming, table tennis, taekwondo, tennis, track and field, volleyball, and very soon, pickleball. I know we're all excited about pickleball. The Academy also hosts major events, including UWI Half Marathon and a range of recreational competitions, wellness activities throughout the year. So be sure to stop by and visit the Academy and see what fits you. Right? Remember to wear the appropriate attire and footwear for your chosen sporting discipline when you go over there. Remember to have your student ID if you all want to borrow any of their equipment to do anything there in the academy, right? And I'm going to hand over back to Joseph again, where he will go through a little checklist with you just to make sure you have everything sorted and that you have successfully built your foundation for success with us here at the Smart Start Virtual Workshop.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cleo. And folks, as we went through that recap, I hope everybody is appreciative and reflecting on the information that they would have absorbed over this 6-series Smart Start session. I hope you see the value in attending, and I hope that you feel more prepared for starting your university life. We're very excited, as we are every year, to have a new cohort of incoming Pelicans. And I'm going to share my screen here because we have a little bit of a checklist prepared for you. And this is a checklist that may help you guide your first semester on campus. Now, I want to preface this by saying it's very important. Not checking off everything on this checklist is okay. Do not panic if you have missed a block or 2 blocks or 5 blocks. Do not feel pressured to check off everything. Work at your own pace, but allow this checklist to guide you in certain ways, right? So for registration, you have to check off everything on this checklist. It's very important. Make sure that you have signed up for your TT Connect account, completed your GATE application, submitted your financial documents, attended your faculty orientation and academic advising to remove your what? Advising hold, right? Register for your courses, register for your payment plan, sign up for your UWI ID. I cannot stress how important it is that you wear your UWI ID on campus once more. Pay your compulsory fees because you don't want to end up with a AR hole 1 hour before your exam and you're now scrambling. You don't want that pressure on you. And review your course outlines and reading materials. When you get access to your course portal, that's My E-Learning, which you'll hear more about in our subsequent FYE sessions called UWI Clicks, which I'll talk about in just a second. You will see that there's a wealth of information regarding your courses and your course outlines and required reading materials that your lecturers will post. I urge you to please go through it before your class. Trust me, it helps you get the edge up, and it's very impressive. I'll just leave it just like that. to make sure that you all are aware of how important that is. Scrolling down now to the FYE events checklist. So like we said, your FYE program, your first year experience program, is a dynamic program. It's not just your Smart Start sessions. It's a variety of catered events that are specific to ensuring that you are ready to transition into your university experience. So everybody who is here in this session could quickly and easily tick off their Smart Start sessions. Congratulations for participating in those. And you want to make sure that you participate in your faculty orientation, like I said. But then we also have other events that you would want to be involved in. There's UWI Clicks, which is scheduled for the 10th of August. UWI Clicks teaches you everything you need to know digitally about getting ready for university life. That's your student portal. That's navigating my learning. That's cybersecurity and awareness, all of those important things that you need to know. You want to visit UWI Clicks on the 10th. So when that invitation is sent out in your email, which you will be checking every day, you will be able to see that invitation there and you'll join UWI Clicks. Then also there are the FYE mixers, which I know are coming up on the 28th and 29th of July, which I also know are full, I want to believe, or almost full to capacity. So if you haven't yet registered for the mixers, you might get the opportunity to be that last one or two persons that fill that space. But we're excited to welcome you to our campus for the FYE mixers, which is on the 28th and 29th. You also want to book a campus tour. If you did not get a chance to attend the mixers, you want to book a campus tour when you get to campus to familiarize yourself with this campus. It's not a small campus, trust me. So you want to make sure that you know where you're going, you don't reach your classes late, and also you find those unique spots where you can sit back, relax, have rituals, talk to your friends, those things you want to know where those spaces are. There's also UWI Life, which you will hear more about in just a second. UWI Life is essentially a celebration of you. It's a celebration of you reaching the stage. It's dedicated to your enjoyment and your development. And a special guest artist may pop in here or there. So you definitely don't want to miss UWI Life at all. It is a very fun FY event, trust me. There's also the First Gen Star Peer Mentorship Program, which launches on the 4th. The official launch is on the 4th. Mentees and mentors, I believe, have been completed in their registration, and you'll receive information about that soon. This is exclusively for first-generation students. As first-generation students, is the first in the immediate family to attend university. I myself was a first-generation student. So that is catered specifically for you. Then there's also the check-in program and airport meet and greet. Those are specific for regional and international students. If you're regional and international students, you should have received an email already telling you about the airport meet and greet and the check-in program. And I hope you will be familiar with me by now. As you know, I am the assigned liaison for regional and international students. So if anything you need at all, you can feel free to reach out to me, but also participate in these programs because they're catered specifically for you. Then you heard Guildfest mentioned about 17 times today, so I'll mention it again for the 18th time. I want to see every single person in Guildfest participating in what there is to offer. Not only is it fun, but it's also developmental. It allows you to join a club, meet a counselor, all those important things. And then throughout your first year experience, there's a variety of other events, one such being the mid-semester town hall. That's a check-in that your faculty will lead that lets us know your progress as a first year student during the middle of the semester. Also, you have the opportunity to give feedback on your program, on your experience, and that's an important thing. As well as Mind Matters, we want you to be guided to have a holistic and developmental first year experience. We want to see you involved in different ways. Signing up for a club, I said there are 80 clubs, get involved with the guild. There's 26 counselors. That means they have 26 subcommittees. So you can definitely join up with the guild. Explore new language, as Mr. Yoram was saying, they have a variety of languages available. Japanese, Chinese, Yoruba, German, French, Spanish. Make sure and get involved and see what works for you. Sign language as well as a variety of other things that you'll find here on the checklist. So I want to make sure that everybody receives this checklist. I'm sure it can be shared via email, so you can look out for that. And also I will place it in the chat. And that's basically the guiding for your first semester success checklist. So at this time, I would like to collect some feedback. So I would ask that the poll be launched, our feedback poll that we do every session, if that could be launched so that we could collect some feedback after completing 6 sessions of Smart Start.
Sure, Mr. Patty, but before we launch that poll, I just want to mention that after Smart Start is done and dusted, we will be sharing a repository with you. The repository will be a combination of all of the presentations that would have passed from sessions 1 to 5. We would have put together all of the presentations. So you all have these slides as a reference, and that will be sent to you all subsequently, right? So back to you, Joseph, and you could go ahead and collect your feedback.
Thank you for that reminder, Mr. Bill. So as I was saying, we have completed our 6th and final session of Smart Start. But before we leave, I think you could give yourselves a round of applause. I think definitely you could show yourself some love in the chat. 100% being dedicated towards, being prepared for your UE experience. It's very, very important. And like I said, there's some stuff for you all to look forward to throughout the FYA season. So I mentioned UE Clicks, I mentioned Mixers, and I also mentioned UE Life. And UE Life is definitely something that you could look forward to. As I said, it is a celebration of you. So I want to toss over the team here so we can do a recap. You could see a recap of what UE Life was for the 2025-2026 FYE cycle. And I'm sure you'll be excited to attend. So team, over to you.
It's been too long for this.
I'm going to ask, when you heard that I belong to every faculty a while ago, so I'm going to ask all my deans to come up with me just for you to see their faces and all the things.
Cause when I hit the road, I'm feeling come down like we know my
so I'm feeling in my place, Pelicans, and please so. Thank you so much.
And give me everything like you are well prepared. Be my change and it's just like we are one again. Come everybody live out on your fun. That's it, just give me everything like you are well prepared. We marching through the streets like we are one again. We don't jump up on the stage and show them your best self. This is our blessing, give me your everything. Show them your best self, jump with all of your best friends. Give me your everything. Show you how much you need to live. Forever I must be part of it. You know that I want less, I don't want nothing less than every day of your energy. Anywhere you go, I match your energy. You fill me up with the adrenaline. You push me further than I ever been. So bless this stage and give me everything like you are well prepared. We match it, she's like we are one again, family. Cause when I hit the road, I'm feeling coming down like we know my face. I'm feeling my soul like heaven coming down and bless this place. So bless this stage and give me everything like you are well prepared. We match it, she's like we are one again. Come everybody live on your fun. That's it, just give me everything like you are well prepared. We match it, she's like we are one again. Family, we jump up on the stage and show them your best self. This is our blessing, give me your everything. Show them your best self, jump with all of your best friends. Give me your everything. Show you how much you need to live.
Right, so I'm seeing that that you all are sending love in the chat there for that UE Life advert. So I'm seeing the love coming in. I want to make sure that you all are excited because you all know we will have a UE Life this year, and the UE Life this year will be, as we always do, bigger and better, grander. And we're very excited to have you as well. So I will now hand back over to Mr. Aldo, who will do our final recap for the Smart Start sessions. Once again, you're all very excited to see you and wishing you success in the rest of your first year experience. Mr. Aldo, over to you.
Thank you so very much, students. We have come to the end of our program today, and as you've heard, it's our 6th and final session for Smart Start. We trust that the information shared with you was useful and that the experience has once again helped with your confidence as you prepare to start out your new semester in just a few weeks. Now remember, while today is the end of the virtual Smart Start workshop series, the first year experience or FYE program continues with more initiatives, more events over the next few weeks designed to support your transition to university life and to help you, of course, become successful in your first year. So we want to encourage you to stay tuned to your emails. You've heard it so many times. We want to underscore again over the next few weeks. In fact, it's something you should be checking daily. Stay tuned to your emails for your invitations, for information on the upcoming orientation initiatives. So not just staying tuned to your email, but visit the FYE website as well. All of the information is there. We want to encourage you to check out the calendar of events for all of the upcoming activities and initiatives. We want you, of course, to stay connected with us on social media, including Instagram and our FYE YouTube channel. A recording of today's session would also be made available on the FYE YouTube channel very, very soon. All right, so within our student cohort, we have several subgroups, so regional international students. Pay attention to the initiatives specific to you. First generation students, pay attention to the initiatives specific to you. Students with disabilities and medical conditions, you want to ensure that you pay attention to the initiatives specific to you. Everyone should be participating in faculty orientation. So from here on, really just hop over to the FYE calendar so that you can take note of what is coming up. My team and I would like to thank once again our special guest today, Dr. Jacqueline Huggins, Acting Director of the Division of Student Services and Development, for joining us, Joanna Julian, Secretary at the Guild Council, and of course the entire team at the Guild Council and the Marketing and Communications Office team who continues to support in the background. And we want to say a big, big thank you to you, our students, for being here, not just today, but over the last few weeks for this series and for the engagement and the feedback that you've provided. It's been an absolute pleasure being here with you weekly, and we look forward to seeing your continued engagement and involvement in the next set of FYE events. For those of you registered for the mixers, we look forward to seeing you next week Tuesday and Wednesday. Yes, and for those who will be attending faculty orientation and UWI Life and matriculation ceremony and all of those things that are coming up over the next few weeks, we certainly look forward to welcoming you. So again, from all of us today here at the UWI St. Augustine campus, thank you for joining us today, and see you next time at our next FYE event. Thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of the day.
Hey Pelicans, thanks for watching.
Make sure you like,
Subscribe,
follow,
and share.